Hey guys, this is gonna be the a set three deck matchup. I want to showcase a lot of the new stuff. I feel like this is where the content's gonna be pretty booming, and I want to share a gameplay video between these two players on Untap. Unfortunately, the simulator doesn't have like a spectator option, so I'm gonna do my best to do it on Untap instead. So the Untap you had to do everything manually, as opposed to doing it with an automated system. So yeah, I'm gonna start the gameplay video. I'm going to try to predict what they're gonna do based on how many dons they have, and I'm gonna try to learn with you guys as well. So I have three tabs open. One for the OP03 black cards, and this is also going to be the black cards for the OP2, and then the starter deck black cards. So we start the turn off with one energy or one don. And let's see what Arlong does here. Arlong says, with two dons unattached, when attacking with one don, if you pay one don, you can play a character with 4 cost or less with trigger from its hand. So a lot of the Charlotte, from what I've seen before, a lot of the Charlotte stuff have trigger abilities that happen when they're revealed from the life, and then they play. If you tend to draw the triggers, you can actually play it out for 3, I suppose, as opposed to playing it for 4. So Robert Bleacher starts his turn. He plays this 2-drop, which allows him to add, I believe, a Navy. Let's check it out. It is from the, assuming it's from the third one, yeah. So this one right here, it says on play, look at the top 3 cards of your deck and reveal a Navy type, other than this character, and add it to your hand, and then trash the remaining cards. So it's a 2K for 3. Okay, he passes his turn, and he now goes to 3 Dawn. With the 3 Dawns, he's going to do his Dawn ability, or his leader ability, to play a 4 cost or less with trigger in his name. He's going to pay the 1 Dawn, and then play the Nami. Nami says, on play, look at the top 5 cards of the deck and look for an East Blue type card other than herself, and then return the rest to the deck, I believe, to the bottom, in any order, yeah. She also has the trigger ability too, so if she's revealed from life, she plays herself, and then she basically gets a +1 on play. So he adds the, I believe it's a Jin. Yeah, it's a 4-cost Jin. Okay, let's see what it does, because we don't know what it does yet. So we're gonna go One Piece Dev. I'm pretty sure it's from set 3 it comes out of. So set 3 here, and then we're gonna do green here, and I believe it was this guy, Jin, yeah. So Jin says, on play, when the leader is a East Blue type, rest up to 2 of your opponent's, on play, 2 of your opponent's character with 4 or less. So that's really good for the cost that it does. I believe Yamato does the same thing for Land of Wano, but it only rests a, I believe, a 5 or less, if I remember correctly. So we're gonna go OP2, and then we're gonna go down to Yamato. Yamato is a 6K, so that's the difference, and she rests only 1 guy, 6 or less. So that's really powerful. So this one does more, the other card does more, and then this card does, I mean the other card does less. Yamato does less cards. So we're gonna speed through here, now that we're done talking. Okay, so he adds the searcher, declares an attack, and then we see if, we'll check here if they play, they play something off their hand. No, they combo something out of their hand? Wait, I'm confused. Did they, oh, he already passed his turn. He combos or he counters with a 2K, and then now it's his turn, he's gonna play Kuzan, Aokiji. So it looks like he attacked with Rob Lucci this turn, and then he countered away at 1K. And then Kuzan's here. Kuzan, I believe, has the cost reduction ability. Let's see here. We're gonna go exit full screen mode. I'm gonna check out Kuzan here. Kuzan is a 4 cost, I believe it is. He might be from the Navy actually. Set 2. Set 2 Kuzan. Where are you? Here we go. So this Kuzan says, when attacking, reduce the cost of one of your opponent's character by 4 during this turn. So that's really good for the Navy archetype because they want to reduce the cost down to 0. And he also has an on-play ability that lets him draw a card. So impressive stats, impressive abilities for sure. Okay, we're gonna go back here. So it looks like he gets down to 5 Dawn because he did go first. He lost his leader most likely, so we're gonna skip forward to the part where he finds his leader again. Okay, so he finds his leader now, and then he plays the second Nami, I believe. No, he plays the second Nami because it wasn't there before. So Nami then searches for something. Summons a Nami, and then he attacks with Arlong again, and pays the 1, and then plays her. Okay, so I don't think he played Nami conventionally. He played it using the leader skill, because I can see that he paid the 1 energy to play her. So that's what happened. Rob Lucci goes up, and now he has 6 Dawn open. With 6 Dawn open, he can go play another Kuzan, I believe, to draw more cards. Yeah. So he plays extra card. I'm not sure what that card is. I'll hover over it. So it doesn't have a name because it's in kanji. So this one says pay 4, and then if your leader has CP in his name, so it's a CP9 character. CP9 character. Why is it so buggy? Reveal up to 1 character with CP and then play it and trash their main card. So this allows you to look at the top 5 and play whatever you want for 4. And it also has a trigger ability where it says play up to 1 black character card with the cost of 3 cards or less from your trash. So that's a really good trigger ability. And just so we know the name of the card, it's probably from set 3 if I had to guess. Yeah, it's called Air Door. So that's the that's the card that he's playing that has kanji all over it. Okay, so now he plays Khalifa, which is the CP9 character. I believe what she does is on play, she gets to trash 2 and draw 2. So I think that's what it does here. Go down the speed so we have time to look. Khalifa says on play, draw 2 card, then trash 2 card, and then reduce the cost of one of your opponent's characters by 2 this turn. So another ability to reduce the cost of characters on play. Okay, so I'm gonna speed this up again. Let's skip to the part where they talk. Okay, so he swings with Raw Lucci to R5. He decides to counter with Punk Gibson to rest one of his 4 drops. So a little bit of a misplay here. Playing against green, you do have to play around this card still, even if they have they might be playing a different list than most. This card says rest 4 cost or less, and then give your character plus 4 for two Dawns open. So he was telegraphing to his opponent that he might have had it because he had 2 Dawn open. So just a misplay here if he had swung with the Qs on instead. So now it's Arlong's turn, and now he's going to go up to 7 Dawns now because he did go first. So the first player gets the odd number of Dawns, whereas if you go second you get the even number of Dawns. Okay, we're going to speed this up. He gets his Dawn. Okay. So he decides to attach a Dawn to Arlong here. Looks like. And he doesn't intend on using his ability, which requires two Dawns to be attached to him. And it looks like he's gonna swing into. It looks like he swung into Rob Lucci, and then now he's playing his Craig. Craig, what it does is on play, you may trash 1 card from your hand, KO up to 2 of your opponent's rested character with a cost of 4 or less. So there was a way to clear the Kuzan without attacking it, and so this is a 6-drop. I believe he paid all 6, yeah, to play it, and now he has a 7-drop or a 7K character on board that can do damage. Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead here. So the Rob Lucci player takes his turn. He goes down to 8. Goes to 8 Dawn. He taps 4 to play another Kuzan. So that allows him to draw a card to replenish his hand. It's hard to tell what. Maybe I can find a way to hide the taskbar here. Because I want to see how many cards in hand. He has like 9 cards in hand right now, to his 4, and they're both at the same amount of life. No, this one has 0 life. So you can already automatically assume that the Arlong is behind on card advantage. This card right here rested it looks like he revealed it off the life. Oh no, he doesn't. He has 3 life. So he put the life over here as opposed to there. So they have the same amount of life. So it looks like this might have a trigger ability to play himself from the life and to rest the dude. So again, he probably attacked with Lucci into the life, and then Kuzan was unable to attack anyways because he has summoning sickness. Okay, so we're gonna look at what this card does. It is also in kanji. We're gonna look at here. Might be a BT3 card here. So BT3 card. He is playing this guy right here, Kurobi. And he is an Ace Blue card. Rests up to one of your opponents. So it does have the trigger ability that if it's revealed from the life, you can play him. So it has the ability to rest something that is 3 or less. No, it doesn't matter what the cost is. Wow, that's really impressive. So that's better than Yamato, except his stats aren't so great. So he attaches a Dawn to Khalifa here. He decides to swing into the leader. He then combo or counters out a blocker. So 6. No, Khalifa is a 5K. So yeah, sorry. So now he plays his blocker, which costs 3, and it does something else too, I believe. It is a CP9 character right here. So Fukuro is a 3-cost a blocker that cannot be KO'd by effects. So, but green is really prevalent, so he'll just be rested. So it does cost a lot for what he is. Okay. Alright, so he draws a card and he goes down to 9 Dawn now, I believe. He should be at 9 because he did go first. Yep. So now he's at 9. 3, 6, 9. Instead of attaching a Dawn, he attacks with Arlong, it looks like. Okay, so he decides to develop before attacking. He taps out 4 to play the Jin again, which allows him to rest two cards with 4 or less. Okay, so he rests the blocker. Like I said, that was kind of a questionable play. And he rests the Searcher. He's going to use the 3K cost to take out the blocker here. If he wants to save him, he has to throw in a 1K. Okay, now Arlong is up probably because it has summoning sickness. So Nami's going to swing into the Searcher here, most likely. Wants to go for the board advantage. Okay, then he goes here. Does he intend on using the ability? Yes, he does. So he decides to play a 4-cost Charlotte. Okay, we're going to pause here. When it comes into play, no, it doesn't have a come into play ability, but it does have double attack if your life is less than your opponent. So their life is at equal, so it won't get the double attack yet. And plus it has summoning sickness, and it has decent stats, but not that great. And then he has a trigger ability, which you can discard a card to play him. So the life seems to be like a security control if you play Digimon. Okay, so now he plays this out, or no, he already had this out. He attaches a Dawn out, and he wants to swing in for 8 to Rob Lucci. He decides to take the damage rather than counter out, which is smart. This has double attack. Oh no, this was misled. It would only have double attack if... No, that was this card. Don Craig. Let's read Don Craig again. So Don Craig is... Yeah, it has double attack if it has one Don. So regardless of whether they have more life or not is not important. Okay, swings in for 8 here. Takes the damage. I block then. Well, he's using the wrong terminology. It's actually counter. So he decides to counter out of 8. Does Don Krieg get a boost? No, he doesn't. So he's hitting for 8. Looks like he threw away two 2Ks, if I had to guess. Okay. There's Khalifa again. So he's up now. They're at max Dawn. Khalifa swings in for 4 to swing into the 3K. Doesn't have any other abilities other than her on-play ability. And then we're gonna look at the life here. See if we can get a gist of what's going on in the drop. So this was previously recorded, which is why I don't have access to be able to hover over cards and see what they do. I previously recorded so that I can speed up the process. So Rob Lucci attaches 4 Dons underneath Rob Lucci. He swings in for 10 to the Don Krieg for 7. So if he wants to combo out of this, he has to throw in a lot of cards, and he doesn't have the necessary do. To say that these are 2Ks, it would go up to 11, and he would waste all his cards in his hand. So he allows the Krieg to die. He taps out 5 now to play his Kaku, which has a pretty impressive ability for stats. On play, it says you may return 2 cards with CP from your trash to the bottom of your deck, and then KO at 3 or less. So you can KO some blockers with this guy. When I first saw this guy, he reminded me of Oolong, or not Oolong, Usopp, because of the long nose. Okay, Arlong takes his turn, and now he's going to go up to 10 Don now. Okay, he decides to play. Let's see what he decides to play. Okay, so he taps out 4 and he plays another Jin, which the rest is the 2. And then he decides to. I think he decides to swing first before developing the Jin. He attaches 4 Dons to the Charlotte to swing in for 9 with the double attack, but I think they correct each other because he's at the same amount of life that he is. Yeah. Okay, so now he decides to redirect the attack to Kaku, and he's gonna hit for 9 to the Kaku. And both Khalifa was so Khalifa was attacked by Arlong. That explains why she's gone. Okay, now he's gonna put 2 Dons to Jin, bumping him up to 7. And then he takes a life here. Does Jin have 5k? Pretty sure he does. That out. Yeah, he has a 5k, so it does hit for 7. Okay, and then this was already played this turn. No, it was already no. He was here last turn, but he only has 3k, so he can't do much. So he unattaches the Don from the character. Rob Lucci is in a desperate situation here. He's probably going to swing after the Charlotte Linlet here. For 7, yep. So he does 2. So Rob Lucci does have an ability. I forgot to mention that at the beginning. What it does is you may discard 2 cards from your hand when an opponent's character is KO'd, put this card to active mode. So he has the basically a double or dual attack where he can restand an attack, but you have to discard 2 cards from your hand. So weird ability for sure. Okay, he gets Air Door. Not sure how he got that. He might have gotten that from life. And now he's revealing 2 cards from his hand. Oh, he trashes 2 cards to restand. Okay. Now he goes after the Jin here, and now, what's next? He has about 8 Dawn open. He can play another Kuzan to draw cards. Oh no, he plays 8. Okay, so he plays this guy. This guy is in kanji, but what he does is if your opponent has 6 or more cards in hand, you trash 2 cards from your opponent's hand. So it punishes players that try to be greedy and keep all their cards in their hand. With 1 Dawn on your turn, all your opponent's characters gets -3 cards, cost to their cards. Let's find out the name of this guy. The guy's name is a. Oh, here he is. His name is Isho. Okay. Also a Navy soldier. Proves a Navy archetype. Okay, most likely he passes turn here. He starts his turn off, he draws a card, attaches 2 Dawn here. Decides to not use the ability by the looks of it, because he only has 3 cards. And then he counters out of that with his 6 card hand. He then taps out 5, 6, 7, 8 to play Charlotte Karakuri. On play, put a character that costs 8 or less on the top or the bottom of the owner's life face up. Okay. So this can be done on your side as well to give yourself life recovery, but he decides to put the character here to the bottom. It's good removal. He was threatening him in some ways because his stats was pretty impressive. So he plays the air door to look at the top 5 to play a CP9 card. Okay, he plays this guy. And then he trashes the rest, I believe. Yeah. So he air doors into this guy, which is kind of funny because he's the one that does the air door. In the show, he has the door fruit, which allows him to go to any location by going through a door. It's kind of like Portal. So very on par. Very what is the word on thematic. He's a blocker by the looks of it. So he attacks for 5 here, and he takes the life without countering out of it. I can see him struggling against this guy in particular, just because of his stats is higher. Let's read more about the Bruno card. Blueno. So this guy gains blocker if he has a Dawn attached to him, and he's going to be a 6k blocker. And on KO, you get to play a CP9 from the trash in rest mode. Okay, interesting. So he could play maybe like a Rob Lucci or Kaku, and then Kaku's ability can trigger from the trash. Not bad. Okay, so he attaches the Blueno. He attaches the Dawn to Blueno so he can gain the blocker ability. And for some reason the card can't be seen. Okay, so it's a Nami. Okay, so he plays 5 Dawns, then he plays Kaku to KO the Nami. Because it is a 3 cost or less. Okay, so he gets all the Dawn up. Arlong starts his turn again. Now he has to deal with this guy. Beat it up. Okay, so now he decides to swing in, attaching the 2 Dawns and paying the 1 to play another Charlotte. And if I remember correctly, this has double attack if your life is less than your opponent's, and he has 2 to his 1, so he will not be getting the double attack. I think she has also an on-play ability or a trigger ability. Here, yellow. Oh, there's no yellow yet? That's weird. We're just gonna cut that out. We stroll down to yellow. So it looks like he played A Charlotte card. +4. Oh, not here yet. There's 2 of them that are 4 costs, but none of them is the one he played. Oh, it was Charlotte Cracker. You may discard 1 card from your hand and play this card as a trigger ability. So it doesn't really have an ability on play. Okay. So it looks like Rob Lucci decides to declare an attack into the Punk Gibson. I thought Punk Gibson only rests as a 4 cost or less. I haven't played green in a while. So let's see. So green. Here's Punk Gibson. Oh, it's at 3. Here's Punk Gibson. It only rests as a 4 or less, so they did forego that. Okay, it looks like he decides to counter away from that, and then he's gonna play 2 blockers after that. And Kuzan, or not Kuzan, Kizaru. His name is actually different in because that's his real name. His real name is Barcelino. This guy can't be KO'd by effects, and he gains 1k on your opponent's turn. So he's a 6k, and he's also a blocker. Makes sense, because he likes to interfere with people. Okay, now this no longer has summoning sickness. He's gonna play the 4 Dawn here to play out Jin, which will rest the blockers again. Almost like these don't exist. So he had 3 blockers and he rested 3 of them. Now he's gonna go after the blocker using that character. Be 3 to 3, and then he throws a card out. Oh no, he just. Okay, so the Rob Lucci player throws out the combo into the opponent's side. Okay, now he attaches 2 Dawns to Arlong. Will he use the ability? Let's find out. Okay, he throws out his Dawn all the way out here to counter out of it. Those are all 1Ks. Although I thought Kuzan is he doesn't have a he doesn't have, oh, he does have counter power, never mind. That's cool. Oops. Okay, let's play the video again. We're almost out there. So now he swings in with Charlotte. Double attack. He's probably gonna go for board control here, because these guys are kind of threatening his life. He does have 1 life only. Decides to block with his one blocker that he has. He swings in with another Charlotte. Swinging in for, I believe, 8. I think that's what his stats. Let's find out. So his stats are as follows. It is a yellow card, so we're gonna have to go straight to the BT3 and scroll to the bottom. And this card is a 8k, which is pretty impressive. Good stats. So he's swinging in 8 without attaching a Dawn, so he's gonna have to throw in 2k counters with no cards in hand, by the looks of it. He's gonna have to take it. Oh, looks like he didn't take it. Wait, what happened? Oh, he blocked. I thought he had no more blockers. Oh no, he decides to go for board control. So he attacks the Kaku instead. Okay, so Rob Lucci takes his turn with absolutely no cards in hand. So he's gonna top deck mode. He does have a blocker, which is nice stats, and he has Kizaru. I'm just gonna call him Kizaru. The Bluno goes in for the leader with 1 life open. No blockers out, so has a chance to win the game here. He takes the life, so he only has to throw all his cards underneath Rob Lucci and swing in. And that's game. Okay, cool. So we were able to learn a lot about Rob Lucci and what the CP9 archetype is morally kind of like. It does kind of mix up with the Navy archetype to try to reduce the cost, but I haven't seen the reason why he wants to reduce the cost yet. It seems like a lot of the cards here do the reducing cost, but it doesn't really do anything with that. Kuzan or Aokiji draws a card on play, which is kind of nice, and then the stats are kind of interesting. That's about it. As for Arlong, let's see if I can go back here. As for Arlong, I like his ability. It reminds me a lot of Don Flamingo ability from set 1. The only difference is he doesn't play the card for free off the top of the deck. He has to actually play the card from his hand. So it is kind of like a neg 1 in some ways, but yeah. Alright, cool. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the videos. I try to make it as fast as possible. I know gameplay videos are typically long, so I'll try to do like future set releases gameplay and try to learn along with you guys. So hopefully you guys took something valuable from this. I mean, I definitely did in the process. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.